Good morning. Here we are again at Gulf State Park, but we're here for a new adventure. Not kayaking, but bicycling.
That's right. There's 28 miles of trails, so we're going to go check out a little bit of that right now.
But because we don't have our own bikes, the cool thing about Gulf State Park is they have these bikes that you can rent for 3 hours for free. Absolutely free. And they have stations all over. We're not sure where they all are yet, but you get a really neat map that will tell you exactly where the bikes are. Then you have to just unlock it with a little symbol that's on the front and go.
Okay, the first thing you'll need to do is go to the Bloom app from your app store and download that to be able to access these bikes.
You'll see a map of where the bikes are located. Then you just choose a station that's convenient for you, unlock your bike, and go.
And there are lots and lots of trails, so you can keep these bikes for up to
3 hours
for free. Now, if you need to keep it longer than 3 hours, they charge you a little bit per hour. So you might want to be aware of that. And you could always check it in and rent another bike if you want to go for 6 hours.
One thing that you need to know also is that you don't have to take the bike back to the exact same station. So if you get around the trails and decide, hey, I want to walk, instead, you just go find the bike station, turn it in, lock it back up, and go for your walk.
And that's pretty convenient, especially if you're on vacation and don't have a bike with you.
Gulf State trails are used for multiple uses, so you'll have people who are jogging, running, walking, bike riding, walking their dogs. So be aware that it's not just a bike trail.
And so when you're on a bike, a lot of times you'll pass people. You might pass another bike, or you might pass people that are on foot. And so that each bike has a bell, and so you can ring that just to let them know you're coming up on them to pass them.
Sometimes when you ring your bell and say passing on your left, people jump. So be aware they can jump into the path because it scares them and not the way you want them to. So just be aware that it kind of causes a jumpy reaction. One of the beautiful things about riding the bike is that you can go further than when you walk, and you get to see more things along the bike trail. Depending on the time of day that you go get the bikes or take your own bike on these trails is depending upon what you're going to see. You can see butterflies, armadillos,
alligators,
bobcats, lots
snakes,
of wildlife. Just depends on the time of day that you go.
Yeah, if you go in the cool of the morning or evening, you'll see more wildlife.
All along the trails, too, things that you'll see are benches that were put there for people to sit and relax. So take advantage of that. If you're tired, stop and sit on the bench and just enjoy watching other people pass by or nature around you. It's really nice.
And you'll even see water fountains and fountains for pets as well, and places you can refill a water bottle, and a few restrooms.
All in all, it truly is a great service. And if you just have a couple of hours on a Saturday and you want to do something fun, it's definitely worth it. Here we're on a trail and you can see we're coming up on what is Shelby Lake. So you're going to see rental cabins and pavilions that go out over the water. This is a fun area.
It'd be a great place to, if you wanted a non-traditional beach trip, because you're just a couple of miles away from the beach and you beautiful view of the lake. and it's quiet.
You can also fish right off the back piers. If you get these cabins, they have their own piers.
And they actually provide bikes for you right there underneath the cabins. Sometimes you can see those bikes. They come with the cabins. These cabins have all just been redone since Hurricane Sally, so everything's fresh. It's a great time to rent one.
They're larger too, so you can have even multiple families so that it cuts the cost down. Just in case you don't got the money.
That's all right. You can set up a tent underneath if you have too many people. They can sleep underneath.
Some fun things that the cabins have, like I said, are these piers that you can go out on and just sit and either just listen or watch the birds and the fish jump or fish off of. But it's just a really peaceful place to come and sit. Even if you don't rent the cabins, if you're on the bike trails and you come down this far like we did, you can stand your bike up over there and just go out and sit for a while and relax and enjoy Lake Shelby.
And every cabin has a fire pit, so great place to gather around at night. Picnic table.
The reflection of the clouds on the water is so pretty. This particular day, it was just so beautiful.
If you come out to the trails, it's a good idea to bring your own water just to have something with you, because it does get pretty hot in the summertime on that pavement. And there's enough bikes. You can rent bikes for your whole group, no matter how big your group is. If you have more than 10, they might be scattered in different parts of the park. But you can make it happen. Surprisingly, there are some pretty good hills in the state park there. Most of the area is pretty flat, but there are some serious hills there. And there's some pretty neat lookout areas too.
An important thing to note is that these bikes have foam tires. So, although you see a place to put air in your tires at the bike stations, those are more for people who bring their own bicycles and not for these. These are foam and do not need air. You don't have to worry about getting a flat on the trail or anything like that. It's just very practical and convenient for this type of setup. On the front of the bicycles, they also have straps and like a little tray. So if you have a bag, you can strap your bag down. It's very secure. It doesn't come off. if you're not a regular bicycler type person like me, then you would want to also be careful about distance, because once you start going, it's exciting, but you've got to come back if you've left your car at that specific place. So knowing your distance and be aware, especially during the summer when it's really hot, because you can get overheated pretty fast and very tired, because like Rich said, there are hills.
And these bikes are available year-round though, so if you come in the fall or spring, great time to ride as well. Even in the winter, it's so nice here. You could ride anytime almost. When you get ready to put them up, you use the same app to be sure and lock it. If you don't lock it with the app, then it won't know that you brought the bike back, so it thinks you're keeping it longer than you kept it. So you use the app and then you manually click the lock that's above the back wheel to snap it back like it was when you rented it. So great scenery and free bikes. Hard to beat that. Beautiful day. And so we're gonna...
They brought their own bikes.
I know.
They don't have these crappy bikes.
It's better. There's your straight.
Sorry. Did I lipstick on my teeth?
Nope, you're good to go.
Okay.
Okay, I like that last one. That was good.